Good afternoon. So on the stand today, I've got my newly acquired Webra Speed 91 engine with the Dynamix carb. Now this is going to be the first time I've ever run this engine, so this will be a break-in run. This was a new in-box engine. I had some reservations about using this Dynamix carb for several reasons. One is it has some hardware on it that are not stock, like some lock nuts, as if somebody actually used it or was just playing around with it. So I kind of partially disassembled it just to make sure it all looked like it was intact and there, and it does seem operational. The thing is, with a ringed engine, they want you to try and vary the throttle RPM to break it in, and with this spring on here, it makes it a little tough to get accurate turning of the needle. So I'm probably going to just set it really rich, 3 turns open, and then maybe just vary the RPM using the throttle. This is only the second time I've ever used a Dynamix carb. So what I've also done to this is I'm going to be running my new FAI 8020 homebrew fuel. There was a head shim in this head, under the head. I took that shim out and I've installed an OS A3 plug in there, and in addition to that I've drilled and tapped for this OS 744 exhaust. Now a buddy of mine, Harvey, told me when he saw the first video that the opening for this exhaust doesn't really match the outlet of the engine, and of course he was right. So I did use my Dremel and I opened it up enough, and I kind of tried to taper it in there so that there shouldn't be that much restriction. So let's fire this thing up and do this break-in run. I've got a pretty small tank on here, probably only a 6 or 8 ounce tank, if even that, so I don't expect it to take very long to drink this, but let's just do it. Oh, Xoar 14.6 prop also, because my other good 14.6 prop is on an engine on the other side of the stand, so let's do it. We got the manual throttle control on here. Let's see if it'll take a prime again. I don't really know why I need to do that because I'm using the electric starter anyway, but it says open it halfway, and I forgot I gotta open this needle valve. 1, 2, 3 turns. Okay, so there you have it. I didn't let it quite finish that tank out. I think that was good for a first run on this engine. I was pretty happy with the way the Dynamix carb worked. It seemed to work fine. It seems like there's kind of a little catch at the bottom there where it doesn't really want to close all the way. It gets to a point and then you'd have to kind of touch that little thing to get it to actually close more. So I'm not quite sure what the issue is there. I'll have to look into it some more, and maybe if anybody's interested, I can do a partial disassembly of this carb to show folks how it operates and that type of thing. But it seems to run pretty well with that carb, that fuel, this prop, this muffler. Like I said, I think that's a good first break-in run. I got up to operating temperature. Great running, great sounding engine. So there's your first break-in run of this Webra Speed 91.